It's time to find out what Tom Gleeson thinks of Sydney.
I'm here in my old hometown of Sydney, where dreams come true for coke dealers.
The traffic is so bad here, if your friends don't live nearby, you'll never see them again.
But if your friends live in Sydney, they're probably dickheads anyway.
So there's two things there. One, traffic is bad and it takes ages to get anywhere. Please tell me if that's true. But also, Tom Gleeson is saying he is a dickhead because he said he lived in Sydney. So, yeah, take that as you will, I suppose. Now, this is the last episode of the Go Away series that I'll be watching. If you haven't already seen the others, make sure you check them out.
Unless you like overpriced housing, a city with its own bedtime, and giant cockroaches that watch while you sleep, don't come here.
Capital of Australia. That's so funny because on so many quizzes over here, the question is, what is the capital of Australia? And most people will say it's Sydney. They will say it's Sydney. They'll obviously be wrong, but they will say Sydney. The answer is Canberra, but you get my point.
Tonight on Go Away, I'll show you why.
Oh, no one needs to see
Coming
that.
up on Go Away, I take an in-depth look at a city that built a bridge but can't get over it. And Susie Youssef explores King's Cross.
The beating heart of Sydney's city.
Bondi Beach, welcome to the cliche.
Bondi is the Fosters of Sydney's beaches. The tourists love it, but the locals know that it's a bit shit.
That's so good. That's so good. The Fosters. It is basically Fosters. Tourists love it. The locals don't. Fosters, I don't understand. I've said this before in videos. I do not understand why people drink Fosters over here. It is absolutely vile. It is basically Australian for piss. Beyond me. I love that he's just said it. He has just clarified everything that I say about Fosters.
But thanks to British backpackers, everyone here is more sunburnt than me.
And if you're lucky, you'll see one of those backpackers go under.
Unless one of those Bondi rescue dickheads ruins it. Nice one, mate.
I have seen Bondi Rescue. I'm sure it's on like Channel 5 over here.
The glittering harbour surrounds the Opera House like a vajazzled anus.
It was designed by a Dane
Who thought it was so shit he left the country and never came back. It was built to highlight the city's culture, but Sydney doesn't have any, so now they let anyone play there.
And this is brilliant. This episode, I think this episode is brilliant because he is taking the mick out of himself and just perfect.
Getting here is easy. Every flight to Australia goes via Sydney. So tourists are forced to come here and think, is this it?
Oh.
Yep, this is it. Suck shit.
King's Cross, the beating heart of Sydney's city. This place used to be the centre of Sydney nightlife, but thankfully the lockout laws have put a stop to all that violence and noise and culture and fun.
What?
It's home to heaps of famous bars that have all shut down.
What? Someone's gonna have to explain this. So, is there like a closure time for bars and restaurants in the middle of Sydney, which is like the hustle and bustle? You would assume that sort of place would be where things stay open late. You know, the lights are on till very early hours of the morning. Someone explain this, because I don't. This isn't something I know about.
You'd even struggle to find heroin. Just kidding. There's always heroin. But that's not to say that Sydney-siders don't know how to have a good time. In fact, I'm going to show you a secret nighttime activity that the locals love. Staying at home. Now this is a classic Sydney couch. Still warm from the night before. Food's on the way. And I bought a bottle of wine before curfew. If you're one of those people with a fear of missing out, don't fear. Sydney is so expensive that no one can afford to go out, so there's nothing to miss out on.
Well, we weren't planning on coming to Sydney on this trip in September. Maybe that's a good thing because I wouldn't be able to get much for my money, but Melbourne might be the same.
They say New York is the city that never sleeps. But here, you can enjoy a solid 10 hours. Night.
So there you have it.
Strange.
Sydney.
So there you have it. Sydney, an international icon. Beautiful beaches by day, Australia's finest restaurants by night. I suppose if you find that hard to enjoy, well, maybe you should just go away. You see, Tom, it's not that hard to be polite. Arsehole.
Well, that was the final episode. As I said, I love that Tom Gleeson was taking the mick out of himself. I don't know who that woman was. I'm sure you guys will all tell me. And you'll be like, oh, you must know her. Please tell me. And then I expand my knowledge. I'm puzzled by the whole... It's not as lively as it sounds like it should be. I assume there's curfews, well, not curfews, but times that the shops, the nightclubs and things close, which is a lot earlier than a normal big city. And that seems strange to me. Seems really strange. I think of going to London, for example, and it could be the early hours of the morning and there are still things open and you know, nightclubs and restaurants at like stupid o'clock in the morning. This one puzzles me. I really need your help in the comments today. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will catch you next time.